What I heard was the president talk for an hour basically about things he can't do much about, like the energy economy or manufacturing jobs, and somehow in that entire span ignored the elephant in the room, which is the fact the United States government is broke.
And that was David Stockman, former White House budget director under President Reagan, speaking with me last night here on our State of the Union special. Al Hunt was right by my side throughout the evening, helping us to make sense of that address and try to pull out what might actually become policy from what the president talked about last night. And Al, there was a lot of conversation about taxes and fairness and hitting the wealthy with some of those taxes. Are those going to come at the expense of donations to the Obama campaign?
I actually suspect not. I think he frames some political issues. He may lose a few contributors, particularly if he pushes carried interest, those from the hedge fund, private equity field. But there's plenty of money to go around, and there's enough rich people who think that they probably ought to pay more taxes to contribute to him. What he did was he set the predicate for the campaign. It's about fairness, it's about equity, it's about shared sacrifice. And the Republicans have dominated the tax issue anytime it was front and center for more than 30 years. I think that may be changing.
What is this financial crimes unit that the president, it sounds like an NBC sitcom.
Yeah, it does. And not only that, Margaret, this, as of today, this administration has been in office for 1,100 days. Now, I may have missed something. I don't think they have indicted a single person because of the Wall Street scam or frauds of 2007 and 8.
It may not be illegal.
Right, exactly. So it's either one of two things. Either they are, pathetically inept and they haven't been able to indict people they should have indicted, what point does a fraud unit serve? Or secondly, they may not be indictable offenses, at what point does a fraud unit serve? I think that's really more about show than about substance. It
was interesting also seeing the shot of the new head of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, Rich Cordray, sitting there almost not reacting, right. But certainly such a divisive character.
I think that's a bit different. I think the Consumer Financial Protection Agency, whether you like it or don't like it, can have some teeth.
Very quickly, Al, we also at 10 p.m. last night got that release. Newt Gingrich, the historian, found his historic documents about that contract he had. What did you make of that release?
Oh, it's fascinating. It says specifically he is not to do any lobbying. So, Newt,
at
you're
Freddie
right.
Mac. No
exactly.
lobbying.
But what does he do? He consults the lobbyist at Freddie Mac on how you frame the issue so it will appeal to conservative Republicans, and he comes in there and he talks to them about how to make their case. So if he wasn't it's one of those things, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a mallard.
Until the lawyers get to it. Al Hunt, thank you very much for giving us your feedback.